Hey folks, in this video I'm gonna show you how I balance my wheels on my road bike. If you wanna use this video as a guide for your wheels, do it. Feel free to do it, but do it on your own risk, right? So why would you balance your wheels? There are three main reasons why should you balance your wheels. If your wheels are spinning and there are no balance, you can see how it's shaking, how it's moving my hands, and this is slow speed. At the higher speed it's gonna shake much more. So that's the reason it's unbalanced and it's shaking. If it's shaking, it's not safe. If you're going downhill, high speeds, cornering, and your wheels are shaking, you know what could happen. And that's one reason. Second reason is comfort. Your shaky wheels are not comfortable at higher speeds. So if your wheels are balanced, your ride is gonna be much more comfortable. And third reason is shaky wheels will kill a little bit of your speed. I'm not saying it's huge, but there is some tiny amount of speed which you are gonna sacrifice with the unbalanced wheels. So if you balance your wheels, you should be tiny faster. Right, what you're gonna need? You're gonna need double-sided tape. You're gonna need some sticky tape. You're gonna need fishing weights. These are lead weights. This was like this white, tiny, thin stripe, and I folded in half so it's gonna fit into the groove of the rim. I'll show you later on. Right, so now I'm gonna show you how you find the heavy spot on your tire, or I mean on your wheel. You just take your skewer, put it inside. Don't put your wheel on your bike, because if you tie your wheel on your bike and you use your bearings, the bushing on your bearing might cause a friction. It's not gonna show you properly. So do it this way. Just hold the wheel like this and release. You see that wheel started to spin, and then now you can see this is the heavy spot. 99% of wheels will have a heavy spot on the valve, because of the valve obviously. And the second reason, that area on the rim is reinforced, so that's the reason why there is a heavy spot on my wheels. Some manufacturers, they do balance their wheels a little bit, so they compensate that the reinforcement on that side, but some they don't, so you have to do that on your own. Even if you put the inner tube, you're still gonna put some extra weight. So before you start finding out your heavy spot, make sure you don't use a valve which is too long, because that longer the valve, the more weight. So if you can change your inner tubes or valves for the proper length, like this, you don't need more than this, then do it. If you don't want to do it, then you're gonna have to put more weights. And second thing, if you got some magnets, sensors on your wheels, then remove it before you try to find this spot, because that magnet, you can use that later on to counterbalance that heavy spot. So remove, check, and if you got it, you found 99% it's gonna be here, then put the magnet opposite side. And if you put the magnet opposite side, align with your bike, and then try again. If it's still coming down to the valve, you still need to put the weights on the opposite side. I mark my side, my lower spot here with little tape, and I'm gonna place that weight just temporarily now. For example, like this. I need this much. Tape it down. this, just temporarily. And if you place them like this, the wheel should not start spinning. You see? If you spin the wheel, it should stop. Every time you spin it, it should stop different position. It should never come to the same spot. If it does, it's just an accident, you know. So this wheel is now balanced. Look, if I spin it, it doesn't do anything with my hands. My hands are not moving. So this is how much I need to put inside, and now I'm gonna show you how you do the rest. Right, as you can see, I removed my tire with the tube, but before you remove your tire, mark it up with the marker on where the valve is. Make a little mark. So you're gonna put that tires on the same spot, because there might be some heavy spots on your tire also. On the end of the video, I'll explain how you can use that extra weight on your tire as a counterbalance. I didn't do it in my wheels because my tires are very light, and I believe there is very tiny difference on my tires, but on some bulky tires like tubeless tires, that there might be some difference, a bigger difference. So you can use that heavy spot from your tire to counterbalance and place it onto that light side. Right. So I've removed it, yeah, and now you take that weight and here's this is the heavy point, this is the opposite. So what you're gonna do, you need to put some sticky tape, but first you need to push it into the groove so it's gonna shape with the rim, you know. So just use the fingers, because it's lead, it's soft, so it's gonna bend easily. You can see it's now matching the rim. So make sure that weight's gonna sit below these left and right edges, so it's not gonna interfere with the tire. So you do this, you know, on one weight, on the other one, on all of them, then use a sticky tape to place it down. Right, so now I've got my weights ready to be sticked on the rim. I used the double-sided tape, so I'm gonna just place it down here. Like this. Got the piece. And you can clean that rim if you like with the alcohol, but you know that inner tube's gonna press it down anyway, so it shouldn't go anywhere. And now you're gonna have to cover that with the tape. So I'm gonna stretch a little bit so it's not gonna again interfere with the outer edges. Some people balance their wheels from the outside, but you know, when you go over the bumps and you know, holes and whatever, you might fall off. This weight's not gonna go anywhere. That pressure on the inside is gonna keeping it inside in the place, and it's not gonna go anywhere. So I prefer this method. It's much easier the other way, but this way you can have it done properly. So as you can see, make sure there's nothing sharp. Even that lead is soft, but you know, I rather cover up with tape, so it's not gonna be touching the YouTube. Now I put my tire back on with the mark to the valve, so it's gonna be same. And now, as you can see, wheel is not trying to go anywhere. If I spin it, it's going nicely. It's balanced, nothing shakes, and that's what you need. And on the end of this video, I'm gonna explain how you find a heavy spot on your tire, just the tire. If you believe you got a huge heavy spot on your tire, you can find out where that spot is, and then put it opposite side to the valve to counterbalance. And I'm gonna explain now how you find it. You're gonna have to remove your tire and inner tube and balance just the wheel temporarily. You don't have to stick it inside. Just on the just use the tape and put some weight here, just temporarily, to balance just the wheel. If your wheel is perfectly balanced, it's not gonna spin down to the same point. Then you got perfectly balanced wheel. Then put your tire back on without the tube. Don't put the tube inside. Just the balanced wheel and the pure tire. And then try if it's balanced or not. If it's not, if it's gonna come to the point, heavy point or heavy spot on your tire, it's gonna always comes down. Then you mark that point and you see how or where the heavy spot is, and that's how you find out where this heavy spot on your tire is. And then obviously you have to put it opposite to the valve. And if you do that, put the tube back on, and then remove the temporary weights which you use for balancing just the rim or wheel without tire, and then put the tire back on, rim inner tube, and then balance your complete wheel, and make sure that you put the tire with the heavy spot opposite the valve. And then you find how much weight you need to put onto that side to that heavy spot. Maybe you will be lucky and you don't have to put any, because that tire heavy point will counterbalance that valve. But I don't think so. Maybe you will be lucky, but I don't know. So you need to try, and then you balance the way I showed you. Thanks for watching.